Let's start with the game. How long have you guys been playing before you heard something?
This was a practice, scrimmage, so we were doing batting practice near the end of the practice, frankly. And all of us were on the field, either batting in line to bat or fielding balls. And all of a sudden we heard just a very loud pop, and it sounded like gunfire, but it was just one. Then a few seconds later, there was a rally, and it was clear. And I just remember seeing...
You said there was a rally?
A rally of gunfire. He had a rifle. One of the Marty, a photographer here, saw him lift the rifle. And he was firing, I think, just at anybody he could hit. I don't know if anybody was targeted, but I just remember seeing some of the gravel bounce up as gunfire hit. And so a lot of us went into the dugout because we thought the gunfire was coming near the third base dugout just to get some cover. There were, I think, around 10 or 12 in the dugout, and a few others would come in and join us. One staff member from Roger Williams' staff, I think his name is Zach, was hit in the field in the leg, and he ran on a bad leg all the way across the field into the dugout, and then we had to apply pressure to that wound to try to keep the bleeding down. And then Joe Barton's boy, I think he's 10 or so, came into the dugout, and we wanted to make sure he was under the bench and as far away from the gunfire. I looked up at one point and saw the gunman. He'd come around the back near home plate and had a clear line of sight into the dugout. And so we had to get down again. And Steve Scalise was laying motionless on the field. He dragged himself off of the infield into the outfield. There's a trail of blood where he went, and wanted to get to him, but as long as there was gunfire overhead, we couldn't. So finally, when I heard that somebody said the shooter's down, I ran out to Steve and put pressure on the wound.
How did you apply pressure?
Just my hand. And then somebody came out later and had a shirt, and then Brad from Ohio, who's a doctor, ran out there, and we cut away the uniform and got some gauze. Somebody had some, and tried to put on it, but as soon as we took the pressure off, more bleeding. So we were there for 10 or 15 minutes until medics arrived.
Where was the wound?
The left hip. Left hip. And so there was the entry wound there. We couldn't find the exit. I think he's in surgery right now. But then as soon as we got him into the ambulance, I got his phone and called his wife just to make sure she didn't hear news before. So fortunately she hadn't, and was able to tell her that he looked to be stable and we were with him. So.
Was he conscious?
Yes, he was. He wanted some water, and was obviously in a great deal of pain. You could see, exactly where he dragged himself, off the infield.
How far did he drag himself?
About 10 or 15 yards. And so, but it was, something was in the dugout, seeing him out there, but not being able to get to him.